Hello, Andrea here reporting back on day 4 from Copenhagen. Today was a Water Justice Day. We started off with a press conference featuring a number of renowned water justice activists, including Maud Barlow, speaking about the impacts and the relationship between water justice and climate justice. Of course, this includes water impacts caused by climate change, such as rising sea levels and the impacts this has on people and on society, but also the impacts of drought on people in terms of accessing water. And of course, water is fundamental to life itself, so these are very serious impacts. But also talking about the relationship of the misuse of water and the overuse of water and contributing to climate change and global warming through desertification, lesser known, but something that must be heard, and something that I'm sure you'll be hearing Maud Barlow speak about. She's been speaking about it for quite some time now and will continue to do so, because it's something very important to address in order to fully address the impacts of climate change. One of the things that came out very clearly today is the similarities between calling for water justice and calling for climate justice. The line, water is life was something that came out over and over again. And in saying that water is life, saying that access to water is absolutely fundamental and something that cannot be left up to the market, cannot be left to those who are driven by profit, but instead needs to be a public good. It needs to be a commons in order to ensure that it's sustainably used and it's accessible for all, water for all. Now, there's so many similarities between that position and what we're hearing here about the false solutions to the climate crisis, like these so-called offsets, this notion, and it's already ongoing under the Clean Development Mechanism and other examples, this notion where a corporation in a country like Canada can purchase offsets, which are through carbon credits generated by projects in the global south, which are meant to reduce emissions, although evidence shows that in many cases they don't in fact reduce emissions and are in fact socially and environmentally damaging. Lots of information about this online, including in our background paper. But this notion that a global north country can essentially buy the rights to pollute in buying these offsets in order to avoid reducing emissions in the global north, it's quite astounding. And it really gets to this point that we need to look beyond the market for solutions. If our priority is ensuring that people have access to water, ensuring people have access to heat and energy, ensuring people have access to food, the fundamentals, ensuring that they have the right to life, and that is what we're talking about when we're talking about addressing the climate crisis and the water crisis, because not only are lives on the line, lives are already being lost. If that is our priority, then we need a paradigm shift. We need to start thinking beyond just market solutions, and we need to start thinking about the solutions, the positive things that already exist, because it's not all bad news. The fact of the matter is solutions are there, be it in the case of water, public utilities, providing water as a service and making it accessible, but doing so also in a way that conserves water. Rainwater harvesting, sustainable use of water for local agriculture, energy alternatives that are locally owned and controlled and truly sustainable. Sustainable transportation, also the pure and simple message of buying less, consuming less, and actually looking at the root causes of the climate crisis and unsustainable production and consumption and trade. This is where we're going to start seeing solutions, and this is where we're going to start seeing true change, and this is what's being spoken about at the Alternative Summit at the Climate Forum, and that's why the Council of Canadians is spending a lot of our time there. We're contributing to discussions on what the problems are as we see them, but also what the solutions are, and we fully intend on bringing this home and bringing it to our campaigns and moving forward with our climate justice campaign in Canada.